What's up, everybody? Brian Inskip here with Surf Homes NC, back again to fill you in on what's going up, what's going down, and where things are at in the Oak Island real estate market. Now remember, I do these market updates every single month, so if you want to keep track of what's happening in the Oak Island real estate market, be sure to take a second right now, hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notified when the next update comes out, as well as all the other cool videos that we put out as we explore and share all things North Carolina real estate and lifestyle. And we've got some really exciting videos coming to you this year. So also make sure to watch to the end of this video to not only get the latest update on the real estate market, but also as a bonus at the end, I'm going to share my top 3 property picks of homes that are for sale on the island right now. Today we're at 120 Northeast 17th Street. This is a stunning new build property by Seacoast Homes with luxury finishes all throughout. It is an absolutely gorgeous property, so be sure to check out the video as we take you on a tour of this property once you're finished watching this market update. But this is your February 2025 Oak Island real estate market update. All right, so at this point in the year, when I'm looking at these market updates and I'm keeping an eye on things, I'm really trying to get a feel for where this market is going to go throughout the year. That first couple months can be pretty telling. Now, saying that, you can always have shifts throughout the year, but usually what's happening in the beginning of the year can give us a good vibe of how we're starting that year off compared to the prior year. So first place we always start is talking about pricing. The average sales price on Oak Island right now, year over year, has increased 14.7%. So we definitely saw a bump in the average sales price year over year. And that's also up 1.5% over last month, which equates to about $12,000 in the average sales price just over the last month. So right now, our average sales price is sitting at $773,246. What is important about this? If you're thinking about buying a home on the island this year, we're showing signs of that average sales price increasing right now. So that's something to be aware of, that, you know, if I'm waiting till spring or waiting till summer, these prices could be climbing, even if it's just a little bit. So may mean, hey, let's get out, let's look at some properties a little earlier, and let's get out there before those prices start to increase, if that ends up happening. And you know, it's a little early to call whether that's going to happen. These aren't monumental gains in pricing, but it is showing that average trend upward. Next up, we've got price per square foot. So year over year, we saw a 4.1% increase in the average price per square foot. And month over month, we saw just a slight increase of $3 a square foot. Right now, the average is sitting at $456 a square foot. So that becomes a really good benchmark as you're looking at different properties to see where it lines up. But keep in mind, we do have a wide range of price per square foot on the island, depending on the property and location. You'll see prices anywhere from around $250 a square foot all the way up to $1,100 plus a square foot. So that can have a wide variance, but our average is sitting right around $456 right now. Our list to sell price ratio saw a slight drop of 0.7% year over year. So what that means is that on average, sellers are negotiating slightly more, with just a 0.1% decrease month over month. Right now, the final asking price of a property versus the price that it actually sells at is sitting at 96.6%. So you're looking at about 3.4% of negotiating room on average. Next category that we look at is inventory. Homes for sale right now, we saw a 1.8% drop year over year to end January. New listings is down 4.2% year over year, and the month's supply, that's if no new listings came on the market at the current rate of sale, how long would it take to sell all the properties? Right now, we're sitting at 9.6 months worth of inventory, which represents a 24.4% drop year over year. So we're starting to whittle down on those increased levels of inventory. There's still a decent amount, especially if you compare it to, 3, 4, 5 years ago, but we are starting to chew into that inventory. Combining that with some slight increases in in average sales prices, the tighter that inventory gets, that usually has upward pressure on pricing. So those are two factors that we want to keep a real close eye on as we get further into the year. And also keep in mind that some of these stats, we had about 8 inches of snow in January, which pretty much shuts down the real estate market in a beach town like Oak Island. So we could have seen maybe higher pending sales and things like that had we not had a couple of the weather events that we had early this year. But it's beautiful out today. We're getting ready for spring, and we've got summer on the mind here on the island, so we're ready to go. All right, next up, let's look at the activity, or what I like to call the energy in the market. Closed sales year over year, we saw 94.1% increase through the month of January. So that's a pretty substantial increase. That's showing that we put a lot more properties under contract in the last part of the year that have now closed at the very beginning of this year. So that's a good sign when you have a very strong end to the year. Pending sales is down 4.9% year over year for the month of January. So that actually shows a little less activity, which again could relate to some of that weather that we had that shut down a weekend or two of property showings. I know I had a number of listings that had to reschedule because they weren't able to travel, or weren't looking to come to the beach when it was covered in snow. On pending sales, that also represents a 56% increase month over month. So from December through January, we saw a 56% increase in pending sales. So what that means is that January compared to 2025, we have put less homes under contract, but December of 2025 compared to January, the first month of this year, we saw a 56% increase. So there's definitely more activity getting into the market right now. Days on market, this is how long it takes the average property to sell. We're sitting at an average of 87 days on market right now, which is a 6.5% decrease year over year. My prediction is we're going to see this number start to drop as we get further into the spring market, and we have some new listings that are selling real quickly. I just put one under contract, a brand new listing that went under contract in just a couple days. So while that may not be the case in every house, there are still properties that are selling relatively quickly. And when you've got a lot of buyers entering the market, buying up those new listings, that's gonna drop that days on market. All right, so before I jump into these top property picks, which I've got some awesome ones to look at today, I just want to remind you that I'm sharing all these stats and this market data with you so that you can be educated about the real estate market. But all of these are averages and overall figures for the market. So every single situation is different, whether you're thinking of buying or if you own a property on Oak Island that you're thinking of selling this year. These numbers can vary greatly depending on the property, the location, all those kinds of things. So if you're thinking about buying a property, or if you're considering selling a property here on the island this year, be sure to take a minute after you're done watching this video, or pick up the phone right now, give me a call or shoot me a text, and let's get a conversation going where I can dial all this in specific to your situation and your goals. If you're looking to buy a property, that I've got my radar up for you to find you the perfect place that you can come out here and enjoy. Or if you're thinking of selling, start to get a game plan together and give you a real clear picture of what your property would be worth. In fact, if you head over to my website, which I have a link in the notes on this video, you can click that link, plug in your address, and real simply within about 24, 48 hours, you plug your address in there and I'll get back with you with an estimated value of your property that I've personally reviewed for you. So if you want to take me up on that, or again, I've got all my information below, so you can give me a call, shoot me a text anytime if I can help you out with any real estate needs here on Oak Island or in coastal North Carolina this year. All right, now for property picks, I'm going to jump over to my website. So surfhomesnorthcarolina.com. It is my website, so you can go there. It's a real safe way to search where you're not going to get hounded by a bunch of different people. You can set up save searches and make sure that you're getting alerted right away of any new properties that hit the market. And then it's also really easy if you have any questions, it's real easy to get in contact with me there, but you're not going to get hassled either. So the first one that I want to look at is 116 West Dolphin Drive. This is the first time this property has been available for sale. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath property, just over 2,400 square feet. Your third row, so you got the beach right there at your beck and call, but then the house is situated on a huge lot. You've got an in-ground saltwater pool, awesome deck space. It's listed at 1.475. So I think that's a great deal for all those bells and whistles, being right down there on the beachfront, but also having some elbow room. So I love a good second, third row property. And this one to me is just screaming summer vibes. So be sure to take a look at that one. All right, now for the same price as that last one, $1,450,000. If we jump to one of my other favorite types of properties on the island, we've got 1404 West Yacht Intercoastal Front. So now you get to combine direct boat access into the intercoastal waterway, fishing off your own pier, all that good stuff, and still have the beach just a short golf cart ride away. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, just over 1,600 square feet. You've got a 27,000-pound boat lift and a pool on the intercoastal waterway ready to go. So I can't think of more summer fun than combining boating, beach, fishing, and nights at the pool. So I love a good intercoastal property, and this is one of my favorites on the market right now, so be sure to check that one out. All right, last but not least, if you've really got beach on the brain and you really want to splurge and treat yourself, we've got 617 and 619 East Beach. These are both brand new under construction properties, slated for completion around midsummer. So you'll still get some summertime in, but if you're looking for that brand new property to max out oceanfront potential, this is an 8-bedroom, 6-bath, over 2,700 square feet. You got an elevated pool on the ocean front, elevator, chef's kitchens. You've got all the bells and whistles in there that make it either a cash cow rental property where you're going to get the absolute premium rents, or a place that you can really host and gather with your friends and loved ones and enjoy Oak Island oceanfront. So if you're splurging, this one's listed at $2,550,000, but it's giving you everything that you want on the ocean front. All right, so that does it for this market update. I got to get back to work because buyers are calling, homes are selling, things are popping on the island right now, but I'll be back again with another update next month. And as we release new videos every single month, exploring all that Oak Island has to offer with our lifestyle videos. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And before you jump off the channel today, make sure you go check out this gorgeous new home by Seacoast Homes at 120 Northeast 17th Street. And remember, if you need anything on the real estate side of things, or you'd like to connect to explore your options and just start that brainstorming process, it's never too early in the process to get me involved. My goal is to help make things easier on you as you're exploring those options. So I'd love to chat. Just give me a call, shoot me a text. I've got all my info down below. I want to thank you again for watching. I'm Brian Inskip with Surf Homes NC, and I'll see you on the next one.